more. I, how did you get your start in the business?
An easy first question. How did I get my start in the business? Okay. Well, once upon a time. Gosh, let me think. I mean, the short version is I naturally love to dance. My dad was a wedding DJ, did weddings and bar mitzvahs, and would play music like this all the time, and I would just be dancing to it. And so he kind of picked up on it, and so next thing you know, I'm dancing, I'm getting dancing lessons, and then I saw the High School Musical, and I'm like, maybe that's where I belong. And so then I auditioned for the High School Musical. It was Little Shop of Horrors, and I was the understudy to Seymour.
Oh my God.
I was a dancing.
I was Seymour.
You were Seymour?
You were Seymour?
Yeah.
Are we gonna have a Seymour battle right now?
No.
Okay, just checking. It's
Suddenly Seymour.
Oh, we have an Audrey.
Are
Suddenly
standing
Seymour.
beside, or sitting beside me.
That's awesome. But I was the understudy, and then the kid who was playing Seymour kept threatening, like he's like, I'm not gonna do this. You better get ready. I'm not gonna do this. I'm like, yeah, sure. Well, he quits the show. You know, in high school, you rehearse shows for like 4 months, you know, so with only 1 month to go, I was Seymour, and it changed my life. That was, for me, a defining moment. Like, I was so nervous, I was so scared. I never really sung that much before. The girl
So
was
it
my
was like
Audrey.
a Broadway rehearsal.
It wasn't. Yeah, 4 weeks, kid, that's all
4
you
weeks,
get.
that's all you get for Broadway.
And I came out for their first entrance, and I did a pratfall. The whole audience laughed, and I was like, oh.
Wow.
I like this.
And
And that was it. Then from that moment, I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. So that's the short version.
And for me, I guess I'd been performing, like, when I was a really little kid, my mom always says, like, I would be in the bathtub, and she'd hear me singing. And she'd be like, what are you doing, Christy? And I'd be like, I'm writing a song. And then whenever I was hanging out with my family, I would throw a towel down or something, and I'd stand on it and be like, this is my stage, you know? and so my mom just thought every kid was like this, and that's not the case. And so then when she realized I had, like, a love for performing, I did a lot of, like, summer programs and things. And it wasn't until my 8th grade year that I got my first leading role as Susan Lawrence in Big the Musical. And same thing, it went so well that I was just hooked. You know, once you play that kind of a meaty role, you want to do it forever, and you never want it to stop. Like, you want to always be an actor and always perform. And so then I went to college for it, and here I am.
What was your Broadway debut like?
What was it like?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, my Broadway debut was in the revival of Guys and Dolls, the one with Faith Prince. But by the time I got into the show there, they were gone. I did the tour first. And that whole show, I mean, it's a show that is very, very near and dear. Andy Blankenmuller was on it. Sergio Trujillo. I replaced Chris Catelli. Like, these are all people that have gone on to win Tony Awards, and we're all still friends. It was a really incredible experience. And getting that call from Christopher Chapman was like, I literally said, I'm sorry, is this God? Is this God? Because I couldn't believe he was calling me personally. And he said, how do you feel about going into the Broadway company after touring with the tour for 2 years? And I was like, I almost fainted. And I was in a friend's home, and I started to actually do the choreography. As I was on the phone, I started doing the crapshoot dance. I was so excited. So, I mean, it was, it's unforgettable. It was a great show. It was a great show to make my Broadway debut in, and it's super special.
Really cool. And mine was Mamma Mia. So I was literally, as I was auditioning for Mamma Mia, I had auditioned for Mamma Mia 3 times. And I lived pretty close to the theater, so I would always, Sophie in Mamma Mia was my dream role. So I would walk past that theater every day pretty much and look at, like, the pictures of the actors, like, you know, as you're walking by. And I would just say, like, one day. And the first time I auditioned, I didn't get it. The second time I auditioned, I was doing Spring Awakening at the time, and I would dance around whatever city I was in, singing, what's the name of the game? And, like, all the Sophie songs. And everyone in the cast hated me because they'd be like, okay, we get it. You want to play Sophie. And so when I was doing Carrie, I called up all my friends and was like, I got another audition for Sophie. And everyone's like, go get it, girl. And I went in and I booked the role, and it was the most incredible experience because it really was my dream role at the time. You know, your dream roles continue to shift and change, but at the time it was the most thrilling moment. And I felt ready because in many ways acting is a muscle, as you know. So when you're acting in a show, I had been doing Carrie the musical, so I was working out that muscle. So then getting to go straight from there into Mamma Mia, I felt warm and loose and ready to create.
I'm still waiting to play Sophie, but it hasn't happened for me, so one day maybe.
It's never too late.
I don't have the right muscles for it.
It's never too late, Schecter.
You did that with Derek McLennan.
Derek Klena, yes. And he played my love interest in Carrie off Broadway, and he played my love interest in Anastasia off Broadway. We have a good friendship, and he's just such a lovely guy. I was just texting him the other day.
Yeah, he was telling me before he came on my show about a year ago when we did the bridges.
Of Madison County. The Bridges of Madison County. Yeah.
I hosted that panel.
Oh.
And
that must have been so cool.
And everybody came on.
The whole cast.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the writers.
Middle of the pandemic.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and we raised $6,000
Oh my gosh.
for Equity Fights AIDS.
Oh my
That
goodness.
is so.
That's awesome.
That is amazing.
And Jennifer Garner was watching that night. Now, what was it like playing iconic characters? You played Anastasia, and you played good old Cookie McGee.
Cookie McGee.
Yeah.
Right, and nice work if you can get it. Yeah.
So you want to talk a little about how to play some iconic characters?
Sure. Why don't you go this time?
Well, playing Anastasia was surreal. Another dream role of mine, and I'd grown up with the animated classic, so it was definitely tricky because you want to honor the animated film, you want to honor actual Anastasia, and then you also want to honor the Ingrid Bergman movie, and you want to honor the script that they're rewriting, and there was 18 new songs for the show. So in many ways, especially when you're originating a role, I always say it's like when you originate a part like this, you're building the house and throwing your furniture in, whereas when you're doing something like Mamma Mia that had been running forever, I'm just throwing in my furniture and the house was already built. So in many ways, it was really brick by brick trying to find out, okay, so in this script, what is this character? Who is Anya in this story that I want to tell? So I tried to keep the feisty strength that she had in the cartoon, so people would be reminiscent of that. But then also like the emotionality that was in the Ingrid Bergman film and the real like depth that Terrence McNally brought to the script. So the answer is it's very cool and really fun, but a lot of work for sure, because you want to keep everyone happy in a way.
And you played good old Cookie McGee.
I know you love Cookie McGee. I know you do. Nice work if you can get it.
Is-
And because I know you did it recently.
Is my most favorite play
Oh,
ever.
You know, I hope if you don't know Nice Work if you can get it, you gotta find it somewhere. Go to the library and watch our filming. It is an iconic show.
Yeah.
It's all of Gershwin's music.
Yep.
And Cookie McGee, it's probably one of the favorite roles I've played. It literally is just like, I love comedy. It's so funny because in this show I get to do a little funny, but I'm much more stern. Cookie is nonstop, just funny.
Yep.
Funny, and he's an angry little man, and it's funny, and he's trying to make stuff happen.
You're pretty funny in this show.
I get to be funny, but no, Cookie, he knows.
comedic
Cookie's a
timing.
cut up. It's like old, like vaudeville. Boop ba doop ba doop ba doop ba da 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 dee da dee 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 da 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 dee da 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 da. You know, it's. I mean, it's very musical. So yeah, I mean, getting to I was lucky in that Michael McGraw created the role, and unfortunately Michael was out with a lot of he was dealing with some knee injury, so I got to go on a lot. So. You know, the bonus when you get someone like Michael McGraw, Tony Award-winning Michael McGraw, like you said, they lay that foundation. And then I've always been really good about going, that's a great foundation. Now how can I just take what you did, maybe steal some of it because it's really good, but then also bring my own, whatever it is I do to it. And so that's where I get to elevate it for me and what I do.
I always think that the second person that gets to do the show always ends up being better because because it's such an uphill battle the first. But if you're a smart actor like you are, I bet you saw all of the things that were being pieced together and were like, okay, now I'm going to go in and nail it because it's not easy.
It's not.
It's not, but yeah, a good actor will take that little thing and then make it their own in like such an honest way, and I bet you did that.
Can we get all that quoted?
I'll send you a
Christy,
copy.
that was so good. I want to put that all on a T-shirt, please. No, I've been very lucky that I've gotten to understudy a lot of amazing actors, and you know, for any of you that are watching, I hope there's lots of people watching because they should. That's the way you learn. You watch great people. You know, girls that are growing up watching Christy. What is it about her performance that just moves you? Is it the singing? Is it the acting? She's so believable? What, you know, all those great things that you do.
I will take that shirt.
Yeah, there's a shirt
Please
for you
write
now.
that on a shirt.
No. So it's taking all of those things and just soak it up.
Yeah. Don't you think it's just being a nerd of the craft? For anyone who's out there who might just be passionate about performing and be watching this right now, like, it's just being a nerd, just being obsessed with it, right? Because when you say that's what drives you, is that obsession?
I think it's never letting your ego get bigger than your head.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I mean, you go back to Guys and Dolls, I would stand in the wings and watch, you know, Louis Stadlin, who was our Nathan, just watch him work as an actor, comedian. You know, I do all my dance, but I would watch in the wings, and that's how you learn.
Yeah.
Watching Brian Stokes Mitchell, you know, in Ragtime, just standing there. You're never, even now, I go and I'll go watch Mike, I'll go watch your scenes, just because I'm like, what are they doing? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's smart. And just seeing how it all works.
I think you're the smartest of them all.
Huh?
You're a very smart actor.
Oh, thank you.
From day one, we've talked about that. You're
Thank
such
you.
a smart actor.
Now, you're in the Wanderer.
What?
Right?
I am?
Yeah.
Nobody told me.
So, can you tell us about the show and your characters who you play?
Yeah. So I played Bob Schwartz, and he's kind of a combination of Dion's record producer and manager. It's kind of all-encompassing. And basically, I believe in him. I meet him when he's a young kid, and I'm instantly smitten with his talent. But he's got a really hot-headed personality and ideas right out of the gate of what he thinks he wants to do. And it's my job to try to keep him in line, and it's challenging. Pretty much every scene is me going, hold on. And I rein him in until he starts really just losing it. And it's he takes on a bit of a fatherly figure too, in that I do care about him, and he's destroying his career. And I talked to Charles, the writer, and you know, early on I was like, I don't want it to be just about this guy wanting to be money. I mean, that's easy. I care about this kid. It's really fun because I do wacky stuff. So to be grounded and stand there and just be strong and powerful is fun. It's fun.
And I play Susan Butterfield, not to be confused with Susan O. Butterfield if you watch the show. And Susan is the great love of Dion DiMucci's life. She meets him when she's very young, and they fall in love. And also my character has to deal with a lot with Dion's addictions and learning how to deal with all of that and her family's issues and struggles. So along with all of the cute little funny love story elements of my character with Dion, it's also coupled with these really deep issues that she gets to face and ultimately overcome and help bond Dion and Susan even stronger together, which is really fun to play on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your favorite song?
Fun Around Sue?
That's a great song.
I know, it's the most fun for me because I get to dance around a lot. What's your favorite
Oh
song?
my God. I'm ridiculous. I'm backstage dancing to every song. Because the biggest tease I tell everybody in the show is Bob. It's like, with the exception, like in the beginning, I get to enjoy the music, and then I start to not like everything he's doing. But I'm backstage going, just jamming. Run Around Sue is great. Like, it's just, the ensemble is just giving it with their energy, and Sarah Gleavy's choreography is just bouncing off the walls, and it's infectious. So much fun. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorites.
Anything next for you guys?
What's next for us?
Yeah.
I'm doing a show called Noir at the Alley Theater in Houston. It's a Duncan Sheik musical directed by Darko Treshnik, and I'm really excited about it. I get to be completely the opposite of my character in this show, so it's going to be a fun stretch for me. And then I'm also doing the Kennedy Center in the beginning of May. I'm doing the Disney Princess Concert Series with the National Orchestra, and we're all really excited about that. I think it's May 6th, 7th. May 6th and 7th.
That's awesome. Good stuff. I actually tomorrow guest starring on Blue Bloods. I filmed that like 6 weeks ago. And it's a nice role. So I'm excited to see that. And then my wife and I, we run a company called I Could Do That NYC, and we teach dance and theater to kids. So we're finishing up our semester and then getting ready for summer camps, where we teach kids this kind of stuff, and then we perform every week a different show. So I'm usually pretty busy with that.
And the titles of the shows you have picked out for that.
I'm sorry, what?
The titles.
I Can Do That NYC, the name of the company.
I do shows every week.
Oh, what shows? Oh my goodness. I mean, right now we're working on Mary Poppins, one class, because we're doing classes right now. So Mary Poppins, Annie, and the Music Man with the 3, because we have a bunch of different classes going. So different age groups are doing different things. So
Is this in Manhattan or New York?
it is. We're on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. I could do that, NYC.com. Yeah. You work with my wife and I and people that are pursuing the business, and it's great for kids 3.5 to 12 years old. So
Did you ever think of doing night work? Or you've been all shut up?
before the pandemic, we were working on material for Nice Work, and then the pandemic came, so we ended up just doing an online performance, kind of like you almost, but just doing like I think 1 or 2 scenes. But it
Yeah,
was funny.
what about all shut up?
All Shook Up?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't thought of that.
Oh, that would be
Good one.
By Joe Orto.
By
Joe
By
Orto.
Joe DiPietro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know Joe. I know you
Yeah.
too. He actually reached out to me, gave me a really nice. He had saw the show, Joe DiPietro,
Really?
who wrote
Nice
Nice Work. I
Work.
mean, Get It. He loved the show and
Oh,
personally
That's
reached out, which
so
I thought was so
cool.
sweet. Thank you, Joe.
thank you, Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you got to know Joe because of Nice Work too.
Yeah.
Look at you, the way you're glowing when you talk about Nice Work. We're gonna have to do a separate interview just about Nice Work, I think.
That's
right?
really cool.
Yeah, we do. I want to thank you for doing this. The Wanderer is going to be playing here at Paper Mill until the 24th.
I think it's the 24th.
Yeah, the
yes.
24th.
Yes.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye. Boo, 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 boo. Nice work if you can get it.
And
You can get it if you try. Yeah. Awesome.